it's your girl Chrissy D. Lacey. Welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is my transition from the world to the church. This pivotal moment was back in 2019. I was in the world. I was fornicating, I was getting drunk, I was going to the clubs, I was cursing, I was doing everything. I was going against the word of God. I was even practicing witchcraft. Not modern day witchcraft, doing spells, but rebellion is the sin of witchcraft. So if you was rebelling against the word of God, you was practicing witchcraft. But of course, I didn't know that's what witchcraft meant. So if you would have told me that I was practicing witchcraft, I would say, what you talking about? I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. But reading the word, I realized I was practicing witchcraft. And so I endured a lot of things and I had to reap what I sowed. So October was when I started to just start to read the word more. I started following different people and I started to realize that I was practicing witchcraft. I started to have all these spiritual encounters. January 2020 was when I said, okay, I'm done. I had stopped having sex. I had got out the clubs and I was like, I just want to change because I don't like this depression that I feel. And this was the first time that I actually had to feel, because before I wasn't feeling. I would drink, I would go to parties, I would have sex. Where you're constantly in that world and you're not allowing yourself to feel, and when you actually feel it, you feel depression, you feel like you want to die, you feel like you're suicidal. And so that's the season that I went through. I had to actually feel the way I felt. Like I had to actually see my junk. I had to actually see that I was not in the will of God. And if I continue down this road, it was going to lead me to destruction. In January 2020, I joined the church and I started to go to the discipleship classes. I was only like 4 months in of being out the world. So of course it wasn't easy, but I had to just fully surrender to God. And I remember reading the word, and I remember going through this situation where I was reading the word and I felt like I wanted to run. My transition from the world to the church was somewhat of an easy transition because I felt like before I was already trying to get there. And so once I finally got back into the church, I felt alive again. I went through deliverance. Wasn't fully surrendered because there were still things that I was still struggling with, but I was intentional. If you're watching this video right now and you're saying, well, I don't feel worthy enough to go to church, I'm gonna try to get myself right. I'm telling you right now, you can't get fully right with God without godly community. Like, you have to be around godly community. If you're not around people that can hold you accountable, you're gonna go back into the world. And so it's always good to be a part of a good church. It's always good to be a part of godly leaders because they're gonna hold you accountable. It's hard to fully surrender to God if you're still hanging around people that are of the world. Not to say that you have to completely cut them off, but if you want to really be serious about this walk with God, you have to surround yourself around godly people. The word is going to change you. These people say, well, God knows my heart. It's like, so if you calling yourself a Christian and you've been a Christian for 15 years and you're still living like the word is not changing you. You have to be changed by the word. Yes, God tell us to come as we are, but he don't say to stay as we are. So we do have to change. Are we going to go out there and preach the word of God and people look at us and they say, you still living the same way I'm living, so what makes you any better? But we have God, so we do have the source. The word is going to change you. This video was helpful for you. Go ahead and like, share, comment, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.